everyone, and welcome to another episode of the CCT, the first 5 years.
Hello, I'm Gail Becker.
And I'm Andy Abrams, and we are the founder and founderess of
Word.
Actress.
I'm putting that on my resume somewhere.
I don't know if it is, but I enjoyed it. And we are with Capital City Theater, Madison's regional professional musical theater company and conservatory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we are reaching out to some of the people who have performed with Capital City Theater in our first 5 years. We're checking in with those artists. Some of them are local, some of them are from all over the country, right, Andy?
Yep, that's right. And actually, we're now starting to talk to some of our local people because our local performers, professional performers, are very vital to what we do. We love them. We love having them on. We love working with them. And the first person that we're going to bring on, or the person we're bringing on today, is Lizzie Cutrupi. Yes.
Well, and wait, before we even throw her in, not only is she a local performing artist for Capital City Theater, but she is a Find Your Light alum.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
She went through the rigors of our conservatory, and she's out there and doing it.
Right. So here is, without any further ado, bum ba ba bum.
Yeah. Just keep working on that magic.
I admitted. There we go. You bring in Lizzie Cutrupi.
Hello. Hi, Lizzie.
Madison native, yet now Chicago native. Living in Chicago.
And popping back to Madison virtually for a couple minutes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sure the weather is very similar there as it is to here.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I think they got more snow overnight. You guys get snow overnight? I know, a little bit.
Did we? My blinds are closed because I live on the first
floor. Smart girl. We were just saying to all of our cats and kittens out there. I had to do it. I had to do it just once. And do it. I'll never do it again. It's out of my system. Swear, gone.
Okay.
Totally killed her husband. Okay, so sorry. That you are Find Your Light alum of a couple of different years. You studied, you coached and studied with us at various times. You went on out to study this at OCU, right? Correct?
Graduated with that. Mm-hmm.
And now you are doing this professionally. And I mean, I have to say before we ask this question that I've said it before and I'll say it again. Your performance in On the Town, Lizzie was Hildy in On the Town last year, blew me away. I knew you would be good, but I had no idea how good you'd be.
Oh, thank you so much.
So,
I did.
No, yes, I know. But like, just the polish. There's a polish.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're just so proud of you.
What have you been doing to pass the quarantine time?
Yeah. Well, it's a good question. So something that I've been trying to do just to expand my, my range of things to do in the acting world. I've been doing voiceover coaching. And so I've been in that pursuit. I'm actually in the process of setting up my little studio. I've got some sound panels coming in for this little off room in my apartment. I got a microphone and I've been coaching and practicing with copy and doing audiobooks and stuff and lending my voice to, my company for any business things to start to build a little bit of a portfolio. Because that's one thing I can do from home that still fulfills me in that way.
Are you working with a specific mentor, or are you working with a voiceover sort of company in Chicago, in Chicago that kind of works on that?
Yeah, I'm working with one coach. So his name is Darren Stevens, and he's been a voiceover artist for years, and he offers a great voiceover exploration sort of class. He doesn't advertise it really in other voice studios. I just sort of found him through my own searching, and it was actually really wonderful. He gave me a lot of really great insight. We coached for about 2 hours of just figuring out how to use the microphone and get used to the sound and the copy. And yeah, it was something that was really helpful for me. And so I've just been in contact with him because I now know a guy in that industry.
Yeah.
And so I've been in contact with him and just sending little things whenever I can, finding, quiet spots in my apartment as much as I can and testing the sound. But so that's how I've been feeling that creative side, I guess. Other than that, I try to sing as often as I can in the shower. But yeah, other than that, it's really been just trying to keep my head on my shoulders as much as I can in that way.
Any hobbies that you're attending to?
Well, I love crossword puzzles.
You didn't adopt a dog or anything, did you?
No, I did not. Although my family likes to FaceTime me and show me how my dogs are doing back home. Miss them terribly.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, I'm in the process of I have a friend she's moving in, and we have to get her in before May 1st. So that's the worst time to move, is during a global pandemic. But
Yeah.
I would probably put that on my list of things not to do during the pandemic.
Yeah. So that's been so we've been, because we've known she was going to move for about a month now. And she lives maybe about 10 minutes down the street. We've been doing taking whatever we can over and emptying it back out from suitcases, and then that's been occupying my time.
Sure.
But
chocolate banana.
yeah, I've been cooking a lot. I watch a lot of
Eddie.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, Gail's boyfriend.
He made this awesome sort of a protein shake and brought it for me.
Oh,
my
How about that?
what is that?
Service with a smile.
Tres leches.
Right.
So Lizzie, what is your favorite memory of On the Town last year with CCT? What was your favorite? What do you remember that's something that sticks out in your head?
My favorite memory of On the Town. Well, I mean, it was my birthday during tech.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
During Sitz Probe, and Sitz Probe is my favorite day of any show. But the Sitz Probe was really amazing. I'll never forget. I think several, the first time we heard that orchestra, several of us teared up because it was so powerful and amazing. And that is always my favorite part of any process, and being able to do a big show like that. So the Sitz Probe was really, really amazing, because you get used to, I mean, obviously, we're amazed by your cast, and I think we had a really stellar cast of people who are all just ridiculously talented. But when you're working with them 8 hours a day for 2 weeks, you're like, okay, yeah, this is the norm. And it's only when you step back and you take in something that you didn't have before and you haven't heard that it really affects you in a different way. And it just brings the whole thing together in a way that's like, wow, this is.
It's funny. We just interviewed Josh Walden, our director, choreographer, and he said the same thing about the Sitz Probe. So, and for those people out there who are may not necessarily be musical theater people in the business, a Sitz Probe is the rehearsal where the cast they've been staging and everything, and it's the rehearsal where they get to sit down and just sing with the orchestra with their books. They don't have to move around. And it's just a chance to hear the orchestra, and it's certainly my favorite rehearsal, because I'm usually at the podium, but and it's just a glorious day, I think, for everybody. So I'm excited that you liked that.
Oh yeah, it gives me chills every time when everyone.
So you didn't like all the crazy laughs you got on every line you said?
That's pretty good too.
I mean, I was really focusing on so many other things. I think I blacked them out.
And all those great costumes you got.
Oh, those were magnificent. Those wigs, that wig was really just A+. I had a friend who came and saw the show. She hadn't seen me in years, but she was living in Madison, and I was like, yeah, that wig was great. And she was like, that was a wig? I thought that was your hair.
Shout out.
Yeah.
I wish my hair did that.
I know, right? So Lizzie, your hometown is Cottage Grove,
Yeah.
And obviously really close to Madison. For those people who are watching aren't familiar with the geography of Madison. When you come home, and especially when you got to come home and do this show, what was some of the favorite things that you did in Madison, like when outside of the theater? Like, what's your go-to when you get home?
Farmers market is my first. I was,
Yeah.
that is my favorite place to be. I absolutely love going to the farmers market. Um, I have a lot of like my family is very like foodie, like restaurant people, and so I have several restaurants that were my favorite just to go back to and like recognize the people that I grew up seeing and working at these places. Um, I love to go to the lake and just hang out because in Chicago, yes, we've got this lake that is essentially an ocean. It feels like.
Yeah.
But it's there's a lot more people, so it's nice to find a secluded spot, like Lake Monona, Lake Mendota, and just chill, grab a beer, kind of thing, because I am over 21. In case my youth was too striking. But
I was struck.
Right.
but yeah, I think going back to Madison, I forget, I'll drive at night downtown, like driving back from the show or rehearsals, and I'll see the Capitol like in my peripheral, and I forget like and I think maybe when you leave, you come back to it, you grow up in Madison, it's just sort of, yeah, it's there, it's normal, and then you go to other places and you realize it's very unique, special city that feels like a town, and it doesn't overwhelm you, and there's so much about it that's just lovely. And so State Street, especially being downtown for On the Town, that was great. That was a gift.
Yeah.
What's your best takeaway for having this sort of downtime from performing and having to, really, really stay indoors? And so what are you finding is your best takeaway from this time?
Yeah, what have you learned from this quarantine?
Yeah.
I've learned that everything is temporary, and that means the bad times and the good times. There are several auditions that I had, and they're not happening anymore. There are shows that are not happening anymore. Nothing is guaranteed. And so that's something that you have to learn. Another thing that goes with that is that it's okay. It's okay to not be your most productive. It's okay to feel like you're not, you're not taking those classes because you can't, or you're not, maybe, all these things are being offered, or like, there's so many Zoom classes or this or this or that. And sometimes you're tired because this is a weird time, and you've been going constantly and stressing. It's okay to take a step back and spend time with yourself outside of what you do. Because as much as I love this, it is a job, and work is work is work is work. And sometimes work is tiring, and I don't feel like singing. I don't feel like acting. I don't feel like it. And that's okay. We're all in the same boat here. There's no pressure about, who's doing what, who's who, because we've all sort of been awakened to the fact that it's not guaranteed. Even the people on Broadway, they're the same position as all of us now. So we're all kind of in this together. And
did you find a favorite TV show on Hulu or Netflix or Amazon that you like?
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. Of course I watched Tiger King because I saw a shot of my school in it, like my acting building. And a friend of mine is from Texas, and she actually,
because they're Oklahoma. They're in Oklahoma. That's right.
Yeah. And my friend, I didn't watch it at first, but my friend was like, "Yeah, I went there. Actually, I got bit by a baby tiger." I said, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah. I remember that place. It was."
I remember that place.
So I started that. That was great. I've really been like catching up on all of those things that like I told myself I would and like hadn't. So I watched The Witcher, which was just.
Is it good? Because I've been thinking about watching it too.
Yeah, that's on my list to watch too. So
listen, it is amazing. If not for like the story, Henry Cavill, just him is a great sight, because he is just he is a great actor. He's gorgeous. And I also really love the story. I was familiar with the book, so that was like kind of nice for me and my, nerdy self. Yeah, I've really been kind of watching a lot of like space documentaries, about like stars and stuff, because
Good for you.
trying to keep my brain alive.
Good.
Lizzie, when we finally get a chance to like all gather again and get together, is there any like one place right off the bat that you're like, I'm going there and I'm going to meet my friends there and this is what's going to happen? Or, it could be a restaurant, it could be an event space, it could be a park, or what's on your list that you want to hit when we get the go ahead?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think. My brain goes to like downtown immediately. But I know there are new restaurants downtown
You mean downtown Chicago or downtown Madison?
Oh, Madison.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking about if we're all in Madison. Madison, there's so many places downtown. My mind immediately goes to, I think it's Nick's Bar in downtown Madison.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here in Chicago, there's a corner restaurant, a little cafe where you go almost weekly, knew the waiters, they knew my order, it was really wonderful people. And that's called Marmalade. And I miss that place. So I'll probably go there and immediately get one of their like cold brew seltzers and just say hi to all my friends that I missed. But yeah, I'm really lucky to live in a neighborhood that's got a lot of little shops, and there's a farmer's market here, not nearly as big as the one in Madison, but it's still really great. So when all of that opens back up, I'm excited to just see them and see how they're doing, because places are temporary, but I miss the people.
Right.
I miss the people a lot.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Well, Lizzie, thank you so much.
excited.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here and checking in with us.
And thank you so much, Lizzie, for being a part of not only Capital City Theater's conservatory, but the first 5 years for Capital City Theater. You are part of that unique group, and we're thrilled to have you there, and the support that you give and the support your family gives. And we're just so proud of you. I mean, really, we're really excited. Yep. We can't wait to see what the future brings for you.
Part of the CCT family, Lizzie, whether you want to be or not.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me in this family, and for all I've learned from you. I still have songbooks of the things you gave me when I was a wee teenager.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll check in. We'll see you soon in Madison.
Absolutely. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay safe.
Yes, you too.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye.
All right,
bye, hon.
Well, thank you to Lizzie Cutrupi, who was our Hildy on the town here with Capital City Theater back in May, June of 2019, which was almost a year ago. I just realized today, Gail. What I realized, Gail. I'm going to tell you right now.
What?
Today would be opening night.
What did you realize, Andy?
I realized today would be opening night of Ain't Misbehavin'. We'd be opening Ain't Misbehavin' tonight.
Right now.
This would have been a crazy week for us.
Yeah, that's right. 17th. Yikes.
So it looks like we'll be, hopefully able to reschedule that for September. So
right. We're just going to have to keep that momentum into mid-September and have the same sort of excitement that we would have had now.
Yes. So, we will give you all these updates on everything going on with our conservatory and our theater. And, we know that everybody is trying to get through this time financially. And
we're so grateful. Yeah, we're so grateful to those people who are part of the CCT family already and supporters. And thank you so much for helping us build these first 5 years. We're really grateful.
So many people are, if you are able to support nonprofits and arts organizations, we are honored to be part of the group that you choose. And if you would like to support us, if you can, capitalcitytheater.org, and you can look for our donations tab. And we are so grateful for all of you and your support over the first 5 years of our company.
Oh, right. So stay strong, stay vigilant, stay healthy, And we'll be seeing you again with more interviews from more shows that we tackled.
One from the same show, even.
Yeah, one more from the town, exactly. So
all right, we'll see y'all soon.